Hi, and welcome to this mini e-learning course on the dollar bill. It's the origin of money. Why and how do we get to the money that we use today? Who doesn't love money? Whether or not we like it, everyone uses some form of currency to obtain what they want and need. But how do we come to use a simple piece of paper or even plastic to purchase things? This short e-learning will tell you how. Some of the agenda items today, as well as their outcomes, is we'll talk about how money is even older than your grandma. Discover just how old the concept of money really is. Not only that, but I'm sure y'all have heard of the story of Jack and the Beanstalk and how he traded his cow for some magic beans. We'll help define bartering and identify some other examples. Candy and gold bars, those are some examples of commodity money. We'll define that as well. And of course, lastly, the money that we use today, fiat money. We'll identify some examples and finally, test your knowledge by sorting some currency into their correct category. So money hasn't always been what we think of today. When we think of money today, we picture, like I said, paper dollars, plastic cards, or even virtual coins. We don't typically picture gold bars, animals, or even candy as forms of currency, but throughout the last 10,000 years, or maybe even more than that, money has drastically changed. This learning will outline the history of money, from bartering to commodity to fiat currency. In the beginning, bartering was used to exchange or trade resources or services. Like I said, think of the story of Jack and the Beanstalk. To purchase those magic beans, Jack traded his family's cow. Between 9,000 and 6,000 BC, cattle, which really can mean cow, but also sheep, camels, and other livestock, were the first and oldest form of money. Here you see shells. In 1200 BC, these are actually called cowries, which are shells of a mollusk, and they were widely available in the shallow waters of the Pacific and Indian Oceans, and they were used to barter as well. And finally, we have things like grain or other crops. That's another great example of a resource that was frequently exchanged. Bartering became somewhat challenging due to the risk of spoiling and really the availability. So then was introduced commodity money. Commodity includes items that have value in themselves, and their value can be used as money. The first records of commodity money date back to 3000 BC. Some examples include things like gold and silver, alcohol and cigarettes, and even cocoa beans or candy. After commodity money, we have fiat money. Fiat money is a type of currency that is not backed by a commodity, like we just discussed, commodity like gold and silver listed above. Fiat money doesn't actually have any intrinsic value, any value in itself. This type of currency only has value because the people who use it agree on its value. So we know things like paper, these pieces of paper don't actually have any value. However, we as a group of people, as a nation, agree that the US dollar has value. This is another example of a euro, which is another form of currency used in Europe and other parts of the world. And lastly, a peso. So you've completed this mini e-learning course, and now you're a money master. Let's sort the currency examples below into their correct category. Euros, are they commodity money or fiat money? As we just learned, euros are fiat money. Pesos go into that same category. Gold. Is gold fiat or commodity? Let's go ahead and put it in commodity. The US dollar. The US dollar is fiat money. Alcohol. I'm not sure that you could go to your local Walmart and take alcohol and use it to pay for your groceries, so it's probably not our current form of money. We'll put that in commodity. And candy. The same goes for candy. We'll put that in commodity as well. Yay, great job. Got all of the answers correct. That is the end of this mini e-learning course. Thank you.